another edition, another fine edition of Will and Wise.
The Dog Show Drive.
Yes, and your wife on.
And you are Will. You switched it up there. That was confusing.
I did. I want to see if you just read the script or not. If you improvised, you did it great. This week on the Dog Show, Drive, we're going to do what we did last weekend, which was we both did a lot of things last weekend.
Yeah.
Our show spotlights, but this week's topic is a tough conversation, but a much needed conversation.
Yeah.
All that
and more
on this week's edition of Will and Wise,
The Dog Show Drive. Just kidding.
The sun breaks. Oh, I can't wait till I be on my way again. I'm sick and tired of waiting with nothing to do.
Well, hello, why?
Hi, Will.
Not like we haven't been talking in the last hour. But...
Well, it's been a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder we'd never get out of here on time. I have things to do. I have a lot of packing to get done.
And why are you yelling at me?
Because
I didn't do it. I sent the link right on time.
And you weren't ready, though.
Neither were you.
No, and I knew that.
Yeah.
Whatever.
All right. Let's begin.
So what did you do last weekend, William?
Oh, I went to Chatham, Quebec.
Oh, yes.
Yep. I always say Karina's last name wrong. Karina Cazeles?
Oh, you're on your own. Sorry.
I know. But her and her husband, David Legault, they put on a great seminar. Like they hosted the seminar for me in Quebec, and it was a wonderful. I had so much fun. David's a great cook. He had all the food ready for us at lunch. He had the breakfast ready for the morning crowd when they came. And Karina's. I don't know if you know Karina, but she's one of the nicest people you want to meet. She's such a.
I remember her as a junior.
Yeah, I know. Me too. Yeah. She won my seminar like 10 years ago.
Oh, okay.
When I had one in Quebec. But they're doing so well. It was nice to see them how well they're doing with their own dogs, with their business, with David's business.
Oh, nice.
They really have it together, and they're doing a very good job. And you could tell by the support they got from people coming in for the seminar. And it was their own training hall that we did the seminar in.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, it was really, really well done. And I really had a great time. I really had a great time. They were so receptive, all the working students, the participants. Franz Godbout came in and judged it for me.
Nice.
Judged it for us. And Franz knew most of the participants because the dog shows in the area. And she was amazed how well they were all doing. Not they weren't good at before, but she said she could tell that they'd been learning and had learned a lot over the weekend. And there's a lot in my seminar. There's a lot of education, so you can come away with just one thing and still be happy. They were like sponges. It was excellent. I had so much fun. Much fun. Yeah, and then we had nice dinners and nice chats and new friends, and it was a lot of fun. I can't say enough nice things about them.
Nice.
10 out of 10, Karina. 10 out of 10.
10 on 10.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, that's good. I'm glad.
What did you do? Oh, you were away.
Oh, I did. What was I thinking? Yes, I went down to the Lake Elmo shows in Washington County Fairgrounds in Lake Elmo, Minnesota. St. Croix Valley Kennel Club. I love those shows. They have 2 days.
I've never been. I've always heard great things about them.
Yeah. So 2 days of specialties and then the 2 all-breed days. And they usually bring in a very nice panel of judges. There's a lot of camaraderie at that show too, because of the specialties. The specialty clubs go out and, the Irish Setter Club of Minnesota, they always have like a pot. They have 2 like lunches together, right? So there's lunch served, and then the English Setter Club of Minnesota as well. They do that.
Nice.
I know the other clubs
there were friends of the show, Doug and Mandy there.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, excellent.
I always bench with them, or we usually have a trailer spot because we usually are there for all 4 days. But this year, Faith didn't want to take the time off work to do the specialties because we leave tomorrow morning. So
Rusty and Junior.
Yeah.
Or Mark and Tabby there.
yes, they were, because they are actually right beside, like we're all kind of all in the same
Yeah.
area. So,
How much fun would it be to have them on the show one time?
oh, that would be a definitely buckle up, folks.
Buckle up, Buttercup. Yeah,
Put your hard hats on to boot.
a lot of energy there. Let me tell
Yeah,
you.
yeah. So it was really fun, and we always and generally always have dinner with Mandy and Doug one night. So we went to the house, and so that was lovely. They wanted.
I saw they just went somewhere, Garth Brooks or something like that. They were.
Oh yeah, they went to the Garth Brooks concert. Yeah, there's an
Yeah, I follow
amphitheater.
along, Doug. I follow along.
Yeah, good job, Will. So anyway, so it was really great weekend. I was doing judges education. I was getting mentoring.
You were teaching judges?
No, if you say that to me one more time, you are so irritating.
I don't have time to do that. I'm here showing my own dog. Leave me alone.
Well, that's why Fanny wasn't entered at the specialties, because I was getting mentoring in other breeds, and Faith didn't want to take the time off work. So Faith came down on Friday with her boyfriend Ezra, and then Faith showed Fanny Saturday and Sunday for me. So that was good. And then I just love seeing my English setter peeps. They're a fun bunch.
Sure.
They're a fun bunch of people.
English Internationals and specialties are always fun. They're good
Let's
people.
get ready, folks. The English International Canada this weekend. SCNG.
I wish I could go. But
4 days we'll be there. Whoa.
come and find Yvonne. Say
Come
hello.
and find me. I've got the speaker and my microphone.
Well, Savannah, they had the Gordon Center National there too, and I was at Savannah's a week ago, and I was prepping a lot of Gordon Center handlers for the national.
Yes.
And Savannah is going to come up. She's going to find you, and she's going to say something to you that only you and her will know. Because you'll know.
I will know where this message came from.
You'll know when she says it.
So because there's the English Setter National, we have a regional, the Ottawa Valley All Setter Association, and then there's the pointing dog specialty, and then there's four alternates.
Oh
my goodness! And then we have our banquet on Saturday night, and on Friday night, English Setter people, because we're fun. We're having like wine and cheese, and I think we're playing a game. I think a little Jeopardy type game.
I used to love those.
Oh, I know. See, you should be coming. Yeah,
I wish I was going to English Center
You
National.
entered Elgin.
No, I'm going to Elgin to show one day because no one else can show Melly that day because they're all busy. And then I'm driving to New Jersey because I'm judging New Jersey. So I was actually going to New Jersey. I'm just being waylaid to Elgin because Melly can't show herself,
Wow. It's more than halfway through the year. You think she could by now.
I'm sure she can. I'm sure she doesn't need it.
Actually, I watched her. I think she'd be just fine. So anyway, that was what I did. It was fun. Yay. And that's all.
Well, I have big news too. I didn't announce it last week, but I did
it's
post
been on
it.
Facebook. So
Been on Facebook. Okay. So you don't think I should announce it here?
Sure. Go ahead.
Do you want to announce it?
No. I can't do if it's not written down.
It's not written down, Ron.
You should have thought about that before Megan went on vacation.
True. I put my head in the ring to run for CKC director for Zone 5, Ontario East.
Zone 5, folks. Zone 5.
Yeah.
Yes. So
there.
So there. So good luck, and I think you'll do just fine. I think you'll do fine.
We'll always have stiff competition, and respect for everybody, and it's going to be tough, but that's just the world of politics, I suppose. I don't know.
Yes. Of course, what time is it? It's like between 3 and 4, and my phone is blowing up because, my family wants to talk to me.
Your daughter wants to talk, even though she knows we're doing the podcast. Like I tell my friends and family that I start the podcast at 3:00. I'll message you when I'm done.
Yes.
And then I forget, and they call me at 10:00. Are you still doing the podcast?
Yes, I am. Yvonne does not want to talk to me that long.
No, I think I've done it with you. You'll say, 1 minute, I'll call you back in 1
Oh.
minute.
I do that all the time to you. Just give me a minute. Give me a minute.
And then the next day I'll call you.
365,000 minutes later. All right. Forgot to call you back. Anyway, what else do we have to talk about? Oh, another
Oh, yeah.
dog
This is a tough
person.
one, too.
Yeah. John Roughton passed away this
John
past.
Roten passed away. Yeah.
He's been battling for a while,
He's been
but
battling, and he was a fighter. Man,
yeah.
what a great guy. Thoughts and hearts goes out to Michelle.
Yeah, and his family.
That was a tough one because he was such a character in a sport that's lost a lot of characters.
Yeah.
He was always that character that kept everybody smiling, kept everybody on their toes.
Yeah.
And you never know what he's going to say under his breath. He was just that guy. He was just.
Yeah.
You didn't, even if you knew he wasn't fond of your dog, you entered under him anyway because you wanted to show to him.
Exactly. He was one of those guys.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
so our
that was a tough
condolences
one.
to his family.
Yeah.
All right. Well, because we've wasted so much time prior to this, I guess we better get our.
Actually, you know what? On the timer, it says we haven't wasted anything. You know why?
Because you didn't start
it. The timer. So it's brand spanking new. It's a reset button.
Oh, all right. But let's go across Canada. Brought to you by Canadian Dog Fancier, showcasing Canada's top dogs. And okay, folks, we're just going to tell you that Megan on vacation again. I don't know what.
We fired her for the week. She's coming back next week.
She'll be rehired Monday. So
she'll be rehired tomorrow.
Yeah. So ding and dong here. We're left with trying to figure out the numbers for the shows this week.
Which one am I? Which one are you?
I'm ding, you're dong. I'm with stupid. Anyway, so let's try and do
a show. We just do this.
Yeah. Yikes. So anyway, Markham,
too much.
Can I please get through these because I've made terrible notes.
All right, fine.
And I'm not really sure. So Markham was in the middle of the week. I didn't even write the dates down. Markham was, I think, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday. 4 shows for a total entry of 707, which is up from the previous year of 564 in 2025.
And it was also Sylvia Barkey's property, Markham County.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, and so it's a beautiful property. Like it's a wonderful venue for that show, and and she does a really good job presenting the show where how it lays out. It's a nice show to go to, Markham.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right, and then we go way out into BC and to the West Kootenay Kennel Club, and they have 7 shows. 7, so 2 limits a day, and then another. And they had 963 dogs, which was just down slightly from the year before of 1,056 dogs. So just down a little bit, but 7 shows. Wow, that's a lot of shows. A lot of shows. And then rounding up the weekend was Tico Kennel Club, Thousand Islands Kennel and Obedience Club. And they had 4 shows for an entry of 718. And that is, I think it's holding its own because the previous year they only had 3. You just went into darkness, Will. They only had 3 shows for 526 dogs. So I think it's, basically the same as they had the previous year. So anyway, there he's back. I saw the light. Anyway, yeah, so that was the weekend.
Growing up, Tico has been around forever. The Dallas Kennel Obedience. Yeah. And like years ago, it was always the Bernhardt show, Joyce and Jack Bernhardt.
Right.
Betty Hislop, because she just lived around the corner. Then Marnie Lang. And it was one of those shows that we never missed. It was just a fun show. It was always on the calendar.
Right.
And and it was knee deep in the lore of the Schipperke in that area with Marnie and Joyce. So we always had great Schipperke competition there.
Knee deep in the lore.
Knee deep in the lore of the Schipperke.
Yes. Well, I think a Skipper Key even won a Best in Show this past weekend. Too.
Yeah.
Yes. So part of Megan's job also is to give us reminders for closing. And yeah.
Don't forget to enter the show you want to go to. It's on Canuck Dogs.
Just look
You'll
it up
find
on
the information on Canuck Dogs.
Sorry, folks. So don't forget. Don't forget.
Yeah.
Don't
And
forget.
if you want,
So
you can sit in your boat for Megan to get a raise.
you can also donate to that fund as well.
Yep. It will have give Megan a raise donation.
Yep. They're
Because
sending your
without Megan, we just see Will and Wyatt making fun of each other for an hour.
exactly. Okay, so that unfortunately, I didn't grab any closing dates, but
Okay, it's okay. It's all right. It's all right.
sorry.
Megan's back next week.
Yeah.
They'll be
so
fine.
that was
Go to Canuck Dogs. Look up what show you want to go to. See
Yeah.
when the closing date is.
I thought they had a page where it had like upcoming closings, but I can't seem to find it. Unless I have to look at
she has
each.
to go through each show, and she figures it out.
Yeah, I can't do it.
That's
Okay.
the kind of work Megan puts in.
Yeah, she does. Slightly more, well, a lot more than you and I do. Anyway, so that was Across Canada, brought to you by
That
Canadian
was
Dog
partially
Fancier.
Across Canada, brought to you by
Canadian Dog Fancier, showcasing Canada's top dogs.
That's right.
So then next,
Now we have.
our show spotlight.
I still think we need some sort of, special effect when this goes off. The show spotlight.
Brought to you.
Brought to you by Rocket Ship Ice Cream.
Okay, before I close myself out on the
Yeah, exactly. And it's just
Okay.
me. I'd be
Stop.
fine, but
Yeah. So brought to you by Show Scene Magazine, the place to be seen. So our Canadian show is the Miramichi Kennel Club, the CKC National Championship Dog Show. And that closes, I have that closing date, September 9th at 9 p.m. at Atlantic time. So this is the big deal. This is the our national show. Canadian National, the CKC National Championship Dog Show in partnership with Royal Canin. But the Miramichi Kennel Club is hosting it, and that's a 3 all-breed championship dog shows, and they're outdoors, and they're being held September 25th, 26th, and the 27th. And the 26th on the Saturday is the National Championship Show. And just as a reminder, that is a Crufts qualifying show. So every breed winner qualifies for Crufts 2027.
and better yet, offering over 12,000 in
cash prizes. Cash, I said cash. Wow.
Yeah, exactly. Not a lottery ticket. Cash prize. Not a
prizes.
chance to win $1 million.
And you're not winning $1 million, but there's $12,000 up for grabs. They have limited breed shows for groups 2, lure and course breeds, and for group 1 through the weekend. They are also offering veteran and altered classes at all the shows, and they have baby puppy at all the shows as well. And on Saturday only, they have an owner handler competition.
Oh, excellent.
So don't forget to check that box.
Right.
Then there's one rally obedience trial on the Friday, an all breed obedience trial also on Friday, 6 sprinter trials on the 26th and the 27th, 3 per day.
Everybody loves sprinter. And you get a big turnout for sprinter.
Yep. I really want Fanny to get into sprinter but every time they have like the practice sprinters here, I'm always out of town. It makes me crazy.
Just
Anyway.
send her over to practice by herself.
Oh, she would. She would. And then at this show, they also have some specialties. The National Whippet Club of Canada, their national is being held there. They have juvenile and veteran sweepstakes on the Saturday for the Whippet specialty. The Atlantic Labrador Retriever Club specialties and sweepstakes Saturday and Sunday.
Good.
There's a
They'll get a
separate.
great entry.
Yeah, there's a separate premium list for that as well. So you can probably look that up. And then the Irish Setter Club of Canada, they're holding a regional show as well.
Regional specialty on September 27th, the Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just letting Darren know as he phoned me, I'm taping the podcast. Never fails, folks. Never fails. If I want my family, all I have to do is the podcast, and they'll all answer my questions. Let's see. And it's, of course, being held at Noteworthy Farm in Cross Creek, New Brunswick. And like we said, the entries close on Wednesday, September 9th. Now let's look at our esteemed panel of judges. From Alberta, we have Terry Carter. I love Terry Carter. She's such a great person. Then Dr. Francisco Chapa from Mexico. Nicholas, I can't help it. I don't know how to say Nicholas's last name. Dibidoo?
That sounds right, yeah.
Okay, from Colombia. Very nice man as well. I ring stewarded for him a few years back. Mary Dukes from the U.S., Lizanne Hamill from Quebec, Allison Jones from Ontario, Lola Nickel from Ontario as well, Barbara Orr from New Brunswick, Angela Saunders from Alberta, and Guy Spagnolo from Australia. That's going to be your Labrador Retriever draw, folks. Right
sure.
there. Right there.
I'm supposed to be going because there was talk of me being the MC on the Saturday of the show. I'm looking forward to seeing Guy. I haven't seen Guy in a long time.
Yes, yes. So
I want to see everybody else. I've seen everybody else since. I haven't seen Guy in a long time.
Yes. So junior handling confirmation Saturday and Sunday. The judges will be announced the day of the show. Boop, boop, ba-doo. Boop, boop, ba-doo. And of course, Saturday, the group judging will take place in one ring after all the breeds have been completed. Let's see. Let's look at the Canadian Kennel Club National Championship Show. Let's look at some best in show monies. $5,000 donated by Sky High Kennels. Royal Canin is offering a Yeti Tundra cooler and a canine wagon. Reserve Best in Show is $1,000. Best Puppy in Show is $500. Best Baby Puppy in Show is $300. Best Veteran in Show is $1,000. Best Altered in Show is $1,000. And for Best Owner Handler is also $1,000. And they also receive a Royal Canin folding chair. Then group firsts are $200. Best Puppy in groups are $100. Baby Puppy is $25, and Best Veteran in group is $25. So that is your breakdown of the cashes that are available. So, yeah. So it looks like it's going to be a great weekend, and I really hope. Though they're celebrating the versatility of the purebred dog. Wow. So you can enter. I have no idea what I do know what versatility is, but I don't. There's a whole thing of rules about it, and the versatility prize is $1,000 as well. So that is fantastic. So that once again, folks, is the Miramichi Kennel Club hosting the CKC National Championship Dog Show, and that is on the weekend of September. Was it 25th, 26th, and 27th? Yay!
Yep.
So now for our U.S. show spotlight. Go ahead, Will.
Take it away, Will. That's the Crow River Classic, Crow River Fall Classic, for all breed shows in Granite City Kennel Club of St. Cloud, Minnesota is a Thursday and Friday, and the Wright County, Minnesota Kennel Club is Saturday and Sunday. And these are all taking place in St. Cloud, Minnesota, which has a place near and dear to my heart because that's where I had my heart attack.
Yes, I know. That's why you don't go to Minnesota.
That's where they saved my life, in St. Cloud,
That is
Minnesota.
where they saved your life.
Yeah. All events being held at the McLeod County Fairgrounds in southwest Hutchinson, Minnesota, actually. These shows are being dedicated to the memory of Jim Heater, longtime member of the Granite City Kennel Club. Concurrent specialties on the same grounds. There's the Hiawatha Cocker Spaniel Club. There's the Lachlan Shetland Sheepdog Club, the Newfoundland Club of America, They're having two specialties, Friday and Saturday. Minnesota Boxer Club, Twin Cities Cavalier King Charles Spaniel Club, Twin Cities Voyageurs English Springer Spaniel Association, Twin City Poodle Club. So that's a good assortment of specialties.
I bet you my friend Terry Myers will be there.
Well, I'm sure she will be. There's CGC and CGC Advanced and Trick Dog Testing, and that's being held on Thursday and Friday. Best of the Best Junior Showmanship competitions on Sunday. To qualify, a junior must be best junior on either one day of the All Breed or at a concurrent specially held in conjunction with the Crown River Fall Classic. Special events for peewees. There's health clinics going on, support entries for springers, miniature Americans, standard schnauzers. Our esteemed panel of judges this weekend are Mr. Thomas Alexander from Enola, Manitoba, Mrs. Beverly Anderson from Scottsdale, Arizona, and Gary Anderson from Scottsdale, Arizona. You think they're together?
They might be.
Yeah, Gary's a good guy. Janet Fink from Madison, Wisconsin. Suli Greendale Paveza from Fort Pierce, Florida. And then Douglas Johnson from Bloomington, Indiana. Jamie Hubbard from Bloomington, Indiana. Miss Mary Murphy East from Eagan, Minnesota. Cynthia Maher from Oak Grove, Minnesota. Mrs. Marissa Shepard from Minneapolis, Minnesota, and Dr. Terrell S. Udenberg from Vernon, British Columbia.
Oh, I missed him on there.
From all over the place there.
Oh, I didn't see that Terrell was on there. Oh.
Yep. Crown River Fall Classic, Canine and Confirmation Movement they're putting on, looks like somewhat of a seminar.
Yeah.
Why attend? Think Bones, Think Anatomy, Think Balance. That's a good idea. That's being presented by our very own Dr. Terrell Udenberg. So that could be fun to watch. There's a Pee Wee Classic special attraction on Saturday. There's also an All Breed OFA and OFA Cardiac, OFA-I and OFA Cardiac clinics. And that's on Saturday. And what else we have? The OFA Cardiac. Pardon me?
There's FSS Open Show as well.
Oh, I didn't see
Foundation
that.
stock. The next page.
Thank you. Well, I wasn't there yet.
Oh, sorry. I got excited when I saw it.
Oh, okay. And there's the Arrowwood Veterinary Services Mobile Clinic. And they're offering a lot of different services. I won't go through all of them. The FSS Open shows, one show each day from October 1st to 4th. And then that closes Wednesday, September 16th. That's our show spotlight, brought to you by Show Scene Magazine.
The place to be seen.
Just like what Yvonne said, the place
to be seen.
All right.
Okay, you're going to have to keep an eye on the time because this is a big topic too.
Yeah, this is a long one. Yeah, so
I think it might. We already discussed this. Might be a two-parter.
We looked at this, and this might be a two-parter. So we're already at, I would say, close to the 30-minute mark. So let's see how it goes.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah.
You want me to start?
Yes.
Okay, this week's topic, brought to you by Leading Edge Dog Show Academy. Your success is our success. This is a tough one. When someone disappears, mental health, responsibility, and the dog community. This is a difficult conversation. There is a very disturbing situation involving a large number of border collies that were reportedly removed from a Florida property in extremely poor and unsanitary conditions. The photographs are heartbreaking. Dogs that were once loved, cared for, groomed, shown a part of someone's life were found severely neglected. And first and foremost, those dogs deserved better. They deserved care. They deserved clean living conditions. They deserved medical attention. They deserved someone to notice that something was terribly wrong. Thankfully, authorities eventually intervened and the dogs were removed. But there's another part of this story that we think the dog community needs to talk about. The easy response, the judgment.
Yeah.
When we see photographs like these, our first reaction is often, how could someone do this? How could they let it get this bad? Why didn't they just get rid of the dogs? They obviously didn't care. And those reactions, Yvonne, are understandable. We should be angry about the condition these animals were found in. We should demand accountability. We should expect people who own animals to be responsible for their welfare. Compassion does not mean excusing neglect, but there is a difference between holding someone accountable and deciding that we know their entire story.
Exactly.
Right.
Yep. So what we don't know, and this is where a lot of us just we don't even look at this side. What you don't know is
Well,
most
we
of
don't.
it.
We sometimes we're not privy to this side.
No,
We only see
no.
the highlights.
Just what's
Yeah.
presented to you, right?
Right.
But what we don't know is that looking at this situation, most of us are looking at it through social media, and we don't know what happened behind that front door. We don't know what the person's life looked like 5 years ago. We don't know what changed. We don't know whether there was grief, financial hardship, isolation, depression, addiction, an illness, some form of loss or trauma, a relationship breakdown, burnout, or something else entirely. We should be very careful about diagnosing someone from Facebook. And you and I have had many conversations, Will, how I don't like to discuss things. If I wasn't there firsthand, I don't feel I should really have an opinion, at least not one that I should be expressing to everybody else. And unfortunately, that is the way of the world now. So we don't know Paige's complete story. And this is obviously the person that, with the border collies. And we don't need to know it to recognize that something clearly went terribly wrong. And I just want everyone to know, we're looking at this from the mental health side of it. We're not judging or placing blame or anything like that.
No.
This is what
we're not. Yeah.
This is what we need to start looking at, a much larger picture than just what we see from posts on Facebook.
Right. Because this could happen. This could happen to anybody, and we've seen it happen to anybody.
Yes.
Not to this degree, but.
No, but
these things happen in our world.
So the part that really hits home is that there are people in our dog community who were once incredibly active. They were at every show. They were at ringside. They were breeding, grooming. They were helping other exhibitors. They were posting photographs. They were talking about their dogs constantly. And they were a part of our everyday dog show lives. And then suddenly, they're not there. They're not entering shows. They're not answering messages. They're not posting. They're not coming ringside. They don't return phone calls. They don't seem like themselves. And sometimes we say, I guess they're just taking a break. They've moved on. Maybe they're not showing anymore. And what a lot of us may say to someone's face is that it's none of my business. So, but the fact is, what if it is our business? This is where we need to look at ourselves as a community. The dog fancy is unusual. And for many people, this just isn't a hobby. And even though we like to say it is a hobby for, for you and I, Will, it was business. But for the majority of people, it's a hobby, but it's more than that for us.
Well,
right?
Even for us, it's a way of life. It's how we grew up. It's a way of life. There's no question.
So there's our social aspect of it, our friends. The support system is here. Their identity can be deeply connected to their dogs. And when someone disappears from the dog world, sometimes they're not simply taking a break. And so this is what we're saying is we need to check on our people. So
maybe we need to start asking different questions. From where is she? Where is he? Why haven't we seen them? Why did they suddenly stop showing? Why have they stopped answering? Why are they suddenly overwhelmed? Why does someone seem different? And we have a hard time, but we can't assume. Don't gossip. Don't make a Facebook post about them. Call them. That's
Call
that
them.
novel.
Reach out.
Call them.
Yeah.
And people just don't do that anymore. I had a conversation just the other day about. I said, "Well,
I
just
think
reach
we,
out and call them," and they were, "Oh, I'm not ready to call them." Like, call them.
yeah.
That's how we used to always communicate.
Yep.
Call them and check on the dogs. More importantly, check on the dogs. I've
Yeah.
been through when I was showing for Mr. Gear. I always now he didn't have any dogs in the house because I had all the dogs in the kennel. I was showing his dogs, but I looked after Mr. Gear. Even Monica and both of us looked at Mr. Gear after Sue had passed away and he had gotten up in age. And I would go shopping for him, or Monica would go shopping for him, or someone would go get things for him. And Tuesday or Wednesday came around, and Monica said, "We haven't heard from Bill." And so I immediately went over myself, and it was a horrible, horrible day. But I found Mr. Geary had passed away, and now there was nothing that could have been done, even if I checked earlier, because it was his heart. But yeah, like we hadn't heard from him in a couple days, so we had to go check on him.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and when you check on the dogs, and because if you know how someone cares for their animals, and then all of a sudden you see there's this decline, something may be going on. And I feel that it is for some of us, and I'm big at fault for this. I have a hard time accepting help from other people. And as hard as it is sometimes to accept the help, some of us feel that it's hard to offer the help because you don't want to feel like you're making them feel less, or
exactly.
like obviously you're having a tough time, or like the conversation. We're not here to we're not. I don't know. We're not the people that, we can't form the sentences to do this correctly. There's lots of different services that can help you if you have a friend in need and how to approach it. But what we're saying is we need to approach it. We need to stop.
We need to check on these people.
We need to stop just saying, oh, it's just, or it's a phase. They'll get through it. They'll be fine.
Right.
And that's not always the case.
And we all know people like this. It's horrible to say, but we all know people like this that have gone through situations, maybe not as severe as what Paige went through, but to a degree, they have gone through these things.
Yeah.
And it's like our responsibility doesn't stop with just checking on the person. If someone has animals, we have to care about those animals too.
Right.
And I've been in a situation where I had to basically break into someone's house and look after their dogs, and like it's just what you need to do.
Yeah.
But you have to be it's hard because you don't know that they're in distress. You don't know unless you check on them.
Physically see that. So, if this dogs suddenly don't look like themselves, or the grooming is really falling behind, the condition of the dogs, if they're underweight or even overweight, or they're just, and generally unwell, if there are suddenly far more dogs than one person, or that person can realistically manage, then, questions need to be asked, and maybe, they're struggling to keep up. So don't judge, just investigate with compassion.
I like that line. That's a good line.
Yeah.
Don't judge, investigate with compassion.
Yeah. This doesn't mean ignoring neglect. We need to make something very clear. Mental health struggles are not an excuse for animal neglect. Loving your dogs does not make neglect acceptable. Being overwhelmed doesn't remove your responsibility to provide for proper care. And if animals are suffering, someone needs to intervene. Sometimes that intervention may involve another breeder, a friend, a veterinarian, or perhaps a rescue, animal control, maybe the authorities, or another appropriate professional. The goal.
Well, we were always brought up, both of us, that the dogs come first. And let's face it, even when we're sick or not feeling ourselves, the sheer fact that we have that responsibility to look after our dogs sometimes kicks us out of those feelings, because we need to be there for our dogs. And people, sometimes you can't go out and work off that bad feeling
Mhm.
because you know your dogs are there. Your dogs need to come first. Dogs come first, and it's a responsibility we all have.
Yeah.
And if the person in charge of the dog is not in the situation or position to do that, friends
Yeah.
and family and associates
Yeah.
need to intervene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, but intervention can happen earlier. So if we stop thinking in that intervention had to mean confiscation or court or animal control, like the headlines and dozens of dogs being removed. What if intervention could mean, can I come over? How are you doing? Do you need help grooming? Can I take 2 dogs for the weekend? And I think that is like offering stuff like that. Maybe you just need a bit of a break.
Their break. Yeah.
Maybe you just need a little help for a little bit of time, or maybe a little bit more time.
Life
It's
gets in the way, and life is overwhelming
Yep.
to a lot of people.
You
A
know,
lot of people we have no idea about on the outside.
yes. Would you like me to help you find some homes for them? That conversation you have to be very careful with, because if someone's not ready to accept their current situation, sometimes that kind of a question could be an aggravation and
Right.
leading that person
Or a
to shut
stressor. Could be a stressor to make it
shut
worse.
down, right? And that's not what we want. We want everybody moving forward, being healthy and happy. And sometimes it's okay to tell people, sometimes people need to know that it's okay to let something go. Sometimes you have to be like, to say to someone, this, so-and-so Bitsy here, I think she'd really like to be in a home with someone, such and such type of person.
Have her own family, have her own kids.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And then sometimes when you say something like that out loud to a person, it almost like relieves the pressure from them to allow that dog to go and, perhaps have a better, life than what they're currently in. And the other thing is, you don't have to do this alone. I think that is something that we don't say enough to our dog show friends too. Like, you don't have to do this
our
alone.
friends in general.
Well, period. I mean, this isn't just about dog show people. I mean, we have other facets of our life too. And that's, this kind of care, mental care that we need to do with one another is really, really important. So just, a little, the danger of too many dogs. Well, I think most of us do understand that, but just to go over this a bit, we also have to be honest about something that can happen in the dog fancy. We love our dogs, we love our breeds, we love our bloodlines. We don't want to let go. We think, I'll keep this one, maybe I'll breed her later. I can't possibly place him. He's part of my program. I can manage one more. And 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 5, 5 becomes 10, and suddenly the number of dogs exceeds what one person can physically, emotionally, or financially manage. We talk about finances a lot on this show, and it's the truth. Like, all of a sudden, 5, and it's in, what was written here too, 5 becomes 10, and it in a blink of an eye. In a blink of an eye. It's 1 litter of puppies that you, instead of, keeping 1 puppy, you kept 4. And then all of a sudden you've gone from, 5 dogs to you're at 9 dogs already, So, and that is a financial burden, having more dogs than you can manage. So you try to know your limits. Responsible ownership isn't just knowing how to care for the number of dogs you have today. It's knowing when you've reached your limit. It's having the courage to say, I can't do this anymore. And there should be absolutely no shame in that. So,
asking for help is not a failure.
No.
We need to change the culture around asking for help. Asking for help doesn't mean you're a bad breeder. It doesn't mean you're a bad dog owner. It doesn't mean you failed. Sometimes asking for help is the most responsible thing you can do, because getting help early may prevent an animal from suffering, a person from reaching crisis, or an entire situation from becoming impossible to recover from.
Yeah.
And those are true words. You need help, you reach out and find that help.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's a lot, and there is
And
a
there's
lot
nothing like the dog family. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like we may argue, we may fight with each other over that 2 cent ribbon, but when someone needs help, they step up.
Yeah.
It's an incredible community as far as I'm
Yeah.
concerned.
Yeah. Yeah, we talk a lot about our dog community and about supporting in our breeds. We support new exhibitors, mentoring juniors, helping someone learn how to groom, helping someone get their dog into the ring, or finding a stud dog. I was just saying this past weekend, had great conversations with, some breeders about, thinking about where I'm going to take Fanny to as far as breeding. And those are wonderful conversations to have. Helping someone through their first litter. But maybe community needs to mean something more. And community means noticing when something isn't okay. We need to stop normalizing disappearing. If someone who has been part of our community for 20 years suddenly disappears, maybe don't assume they're just done with dogs. Maybe call, and if they don't answer, try again. Ask someone who knows them. If appropriate, knock on the door and ask how they're doing. And if their animals are involved, make sure those animals are okay.
Yeah. And I've had, even recently, I had someone reach out to me about an older person in our sport, if I had contact with them. And I reached out to them, and there was no answer. So I'm going to keep reaching out. But
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. For some reason, in the back of my mind, I think they've moved away. But they were retired dog judges, and
Okay.
yeah. But we'll keep trying. But
Yeah.
it happens. People are all of a sudden they think, where was that person? Where is that person? If that crosses your mind,
Yeah.
see if you can find out where that person is.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if they're okay, that's great. Leave them alone if they want to be left alone.
Yeah. But that's funny, right? You're at a dog show, you know who we haven't seen in forever, and blah, blah, say, whatever happened to them. And then, hopefully someone's got a story about what happened to them, or, if there's no story, then maybe everyone should start taking notice of who it is and trying to find out what did happen to them, right?
Exactly.
The other side of the conversation is personal responsibility. So, and this isn't about what the community should do. It's about what we need to do individually. We have to start recognizing our own warning signs. We have to be honest when we're struggling. We have to recognize when our numbers are too high, when our finances can't support our dogs, when we're physically exhausted, when we're emotionally exhausted, when our home is becoming unmanageable, and we're avoiding people because we're embarrassed. And that is the big one, in my opinion. And when we're afraid to admit we need help, because it does come from a place of, it's usually from a place of shame or embarrassment that, how did I get to this spot?
How did we let ourselves get this way?
And the thing is like, it can happen. It just can happen.
And we think about all the things that have happened recently in our world, our sport. This answers a lot of questions, maybe.
Yeah.
Right?
It's quite possible.
Yeah, maybe it does. Questions that just seemed like we couldn't figure out answers to. Maybe
something didn't make sense at all.
Right.
And so maybe there was more maybe there were more questions that needed to be asked in order to get the answers that were the truth, basically. So have a plan before you need it. And this goes for, not just for anyone's mental health, but just in general as a breeder or,
exactly. Like when Marlene talked about her house fire, she had a plan. She had a plan. So everything worked out. At least, everything worked out health-wise because Marlene had a plan.
Yeah.
And you always hope you never need that plan, but she had a plan. So.
Yeah. So every breeder and serious dog owner should have a plan. Who can help you if you become ill? And, we're an aging population. I hate to say this, Will, but we are an aging population. And we have to now think about, what if you get ill? Where does the beagle go?
Yvonne, I was ill 2 years ago. I got very ill. And my friends and family, someone took Clark, someone took the beagle. It was it was they stepped up for me because I
Yeah.
could not. Once
Yeah,
I entered
you
the hospital, I was
you were
not coming out
useless.
for
Yeah.
3 months,
Yeah.
and even when I came out, I wasn't able to look after the dogs.
No.
Like if it hadn't
It's
been
true.
for my dog family and my family,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know what I would have done.
Yeah.
So
So, like we said, so who can help you if you become ill? Who can take your dogs, temporarily? Who knows how many dogs you have? Who has access to them? And who is your emergency contact? That's a big one too. Having an emergency contact that when they're called, they get away. When they're called, they know the plan because that's part of your emergency contact. They know what is to happen if something happens to you, whether it just be you're not having, if you're ill, or heaven forbid, if you do pass. Who's your veterinarian? And who could help you rehome dogs if necessary? And who would you trust? Who would you trust to tell you you have too many dogs right now? Everybody needs that one friend that has zero filter and doesn't care if they're hurting your feelings because they're just telling you the truth. Yeah, you got that right, buddy. I will tell you the truth. And perhaps most importantly, would you listen if they told you? And that's where the personal
and in today, but in today's world, because we have so many distractions, I worry about that. I worry about people having the patience to listen to somebody in distress.
Yeah.
Like I hate going back to my situation all the time but mine wasn't mental. But
the rest of us were after.
I don't know what I would have done without Monica and a bunch of others that stood up for me when I couldn't answer for myself.
Yeah, Monica saved her, but that's for sure.
Again, yeah. Again.
Yeah. Don't wait for the crisis. And I think that's the other thing. We need to start getting a little more proactive on recognizing these things and, stepping in before we get into, when it becomes traumatizing and tragic. Because neglect doesn't really happen overnight.
No, it doesn't.
It takes, weeks and months before before you start considering it neglect.
Forgetting to do this became neglect,
Yeah. And start recognizing what the slippery slope looks like. So the grooming usually it's grooming. Grooming is the first thing that usually goes, right? You don't groom as often. Your house starts to get harder to maintain because you don't clean as often. And then, that person, they stop going to dog shows and answering messages, and then they just become isolated because they start getting embarrassed and feel shameful for their situation, and they just stop asking for help. And eventually something that might have been manageable at one point then becomes the crisis. And that's what we want to try and avoid, right? We don't want to get to the crisis part. Let's try and get in there when it's still manageable, or a plan. And you may have a plan, and maybe your plan changes because your life changes, and so you need to adjust accordingly as well, right?
Well, I think you think back 20 and 30 years, because how things have changed. People have more open-mindedness about this kind of crisis. Back 30 years ago, 40 years ago, they were like, "Oh, shake it off, you'll be fine.
Everybody
just
shake
work
it off.
Harder, just work harder, shake it off." And you can take that instruction only for so long. But you think, like, even now, sitting here, I think back to some of the situations I was privy to, and think, "Oh, maybe that's what the problem was. Maybe that's what happened." It's an important conversation.
Yeah, for sure. So the question we should be asking, instead of how could anyone let this happen, maybe we should ask, could we have noticed something sooner? Could we recognize the warning signs? Would we be willing to intervene? And would we have the courage to make that uncomfortable phone call? And yes, sometimes people will get mad. Someone will, definitely get
there's no question.
upset.
I've been on the other end of it. They get mad.
Yep.
They get mad.
They take offense to the fact that you're questioning their ability. And that's the thing, right? When you question the ability to look after their dogs, that is personal. That's just, it's like someone telling you your child is ugly. It's very personal. They take it to heart. And the retaliation is they're going to tell you, something mean, or just go mind your own business.
Or they're going to break off the relationship completely, right?
And, and then, some people are going to be, or some people are very good at oh no, everything's fine. And they'll have, a lot of different excuses as to why the situation is the situation. And often, maybe they won't want your help. But there is a difference between intrusive and generally checking on someone when you care about them. And if you come across as being genuinely just concerned for someone's welfare and letting them know that if, maybe, or if things aren't good, don't hesitate to call me, because I would be more than happy to come and help you out, however you need the help. And you can offer help without accusation. You can say, I'm not here to judge you. I'm here because I care about you and I care about your dogs. So
the next part is don't make the dogs the victims of our judgment. So I think we'll carry on that next week.
Yeah. Okay.
So make a note so we can carry on from there, Yvonne, and we'll carry on with the rest of the show so we can end on a more upbeat topic.
Note.
But these are very important points, and
yes,
if you guys had another hour or so we could finish it, but we're gonna wait.
But I need to pack for SDNG.
Yes, so make a note of where we stop so we can.
That is our topic of the week, and then we will continue it next week. And that was brought to you by Leading Edge Dog Show Academy, where your success is our success. Oh, and you know what I didn't do? I didn't pre-read the Kennel and Bench for this week.
Oh, Kennel and Bench. Gotta get myself some Kennel and Bench.
Brought to you by Pro Plan Fuel for Life. This is from the Kennel and Bench of October 1959. 1959. This is the judge's comments. And I have no idea what it's about, but let me carry on. I would like to comment on recent obedience trials. What are you laughing at?
Nothing.
That I don't know what's going on. I would like to comment on recent obedience trials at which I was privileged to judge on July 15th. I had the honor to judge the first specialty obedience trial for the Thunder Bay, Thunder Bay Dog Training Club at Port Arthur, Ontario. This fledgling club is sprouting wings quickly and deserves all kinds of credit for the excellence of the initial effort. Nothing was forgotten, the ring was perfect, trophies were gorgeous, and even the weather was ideal. The Haggertys proved that the Lakehead hospitality and thoughtfulness was left nothing to be desired, and all of the club officers and members I met were most kind and courteous and extremely anxious to learn all they could. If this trial is a sample of the ones to be held in the future, they cannot help but succeed, and their entries grow larger each time. The other was sponsored by the River Valley Obedience and Field Trial Club and held in conjunction with the Fredericton Kennel Club show August 17th. Once again, it was an extremely well-run trial and a pleasure to judge under these conditions. No amount of praise is too great for a club such as this, whose members put such sincere effort into the holding of a good obedience trial, and for the most part, the performances of the dogs shown were well above average. A special thanks to the trial secretary, Mrs. Gertrude Story, who worked exceptionally hard to make the trial successful and my assignment so pleasant, as well as doing an efficient job of ring stewarding along with Bob Little, the Maritimes director, who gave me such much assistance in the ring. Mary E. Southcott, Karamia Kennels, Milton, Ontario.
Milton, Ontario. So that was October 1959.
And that's funny. The Thunder Bay Kennel and the Thunder Bay Dog Training Club at Port Arthur. So that would have turned into, I'm pretty sure that would have turned into the Thunder Bay Kennel and Training Club, because we have two clubs up here. Well, we had. Yeah. We still do. The Lakehead Kennel Club and the Thunder Bay Kennel and Training Club were the two clubs that they've been around since I was a kid. And then we've had some other clubs. Did you just say
clubs?
Old clubs? Shut up.
But I love those kind of old
Yeah.
descriptions of the
Nostalgia.
yeah, and there'll be how the obedience trials went back in 1959. Um,
Yes.
I guess that's considered a performance sport, but we have so many great performance sports going on right now in our world. We talked about a few weeks ago how they're rising and confirmation is not doing as well. So more people are leaning towards doing those type of things with their dogs where it's not so subjective.
Yeah.
And it's all part of our dog world. So we accept them all.
Well, I had to laugh because, like, I take Fanny, we do agility on Wednesday nights and we do tracking on Monday nights. So, and I'm just waiting so that I can actually, trial her in something. But I always seem to be going to a dog show when these things happen.
Yeah. I discussed it today. I'm hoping to go to my first field trial in October. There's one held here in Norwood, which is only like half an hour from me. Yeah. So I'm going to try to make it out to that. And,
I love going to those.
Enjoy the day with the other people and learn about that world.
Yep. It's very different.
But the bottom of Kennel mentions interesting is the breeder supplies from the Canadian Kennel Club. Nose print ink, 75 cents per tube. Nose print forms, 30 for 25 cents. Private breeding record books, 50 cents. Stud receipt books, 50 cents. Order with covering payments to be sent direct to the Canadian Kennel Club, 667 Yonge Street, Toronto, Ontario. I think that's great.
That is great.
And just on a side note from our topic, if anybody has any comments about the first part of the topic and they want to chime in and give us some more ideas or directions or thoughts for part two, please. We want this. This is a really important topic, and we want it out there, and we want all the help we can possibly get. Because if we're getting all the help we can possibly get, someone may end up getting the help they need.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that.
All right, Quivey, take us away.
Yes. So don't forget to click, and subscribe to the podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Audible, Castbox, or wherever you get your podcast. Check out our Facebook page, The Dog Show Drive, Canadian Edition. Email us your ideas and comments and more. dogshowdrive@gmail.com. Don't forget, I'm going to SPNG. I'll be there all 5 days.
Yeah. Glasses on.
So I leave tomorrow. Seatbelts on, glasses on. Drive safe, everyone. Till next week.
Hi, guys. Be safe out there. Watch out for Avon.